Just such uncharted times, huh? I mean, you guys are probably doing like we're doing. You're hunkered down. You're watching the news as much as you can tolerate. Your thoughts and prayers are going out to people. I mean, my brother got coronavirus, and he's doing okay on the back end of it. Some of my best friends in the world are doctors back home in Canada that are what they're doing is heroic. I mean, I think all of you would agree the frontline worker stuff right now is mind-numbing. And we owe them a debt of gratitude. It's hard to put in words, but what they're doing is remarkable. First and foremost, you miss the people. I miss the team, especially this group, the group in the spring and the kids. We have 8 freshmen on this roster coming in. So this is our first full recruiting class. And I absolutely adore these kids. They're great people, hardworking. They're fun. They have huge energy. So just looking forward to being around them every day was something that I'm bummed about for now. And then, but my staff has done a great job. The team's done a great job. Our program is trying to do a lot in the community. We're helping out. We're helping feed a whole bunch of middle school kids who can't get food. They have to go to school to get food. So we're helping there. We got a couple other initiatives that we're working on doing. We just want to give back, man. You guys have been around the program enough to know we're based on energy and giving more than we get. And we're just trying to be good citizens right now, man, and help out.
What do you think that we could do better as the student section, Steve, this season? Like, what were your takeaways from last year, and what do you think we could improve on?
Well, first things first, we owe you guys a tremendous debt of gratitude for what you did. I mean, we finished 15th in the country in attendance, and that's mind-numbing when you think about where it was before we got here and the kind of energy that you guys helped create. Not only the SAB folks in the student section, but the other athletic teams on campus that showed up. I think players want to play at places where it matters. It obviously, when you come to a home game now, the energy was great. The student section was great, especially this group coming in. We have a lot of really high energy kids who play really hard, and the fans are going to really respect how hard they go. And that's going to make a difference too, because win or lose, when you've got a group that plays and competes like crazy, and is really appreciative and interacts with the group in the stands, and not only people from the town, but students and stuff. It just builds energy, and it keeps building and building. And that's what we're excited about going forward, not only with what you guys have done, but what the team hopefully will build as well.
Your favorite student costume, if you have one, if you like them all, that's a great answer too. And do you have any ideas on which ones we could add in the future to make the crowd even more rambunctious?
Yeah, well, let's start with this. What made that so cool is it was pretty organic. I remember being in the old building, and we were sitting in a staff meeting, and my assistant Dan said, I found these crazy outfits, let's just buy them. But then once it got in your guys' hands and the students' hands, I mean, there were some nights where you'd look up in the crowd and just shake your head. You're like, I have no idea what's going on up there. In terms of my favorite, I liked, it might've been a year ago when the Kanye track came out. The one dude showed up with the giant box with the gold chain, rocking my head as the centerpiece of the gold chain. I thought that was, I've got a face for radio, so people don't usually like me on TV. But it was funny. It was cool. I thought that was a cool touch.
How is coaching at IU different than your previous experiences, Steve?
One of the things that separates IU, in my opinion, is just the passion of them for all of the sports. I think IU folks, especially in the state, are so proud of swimming and diving or soccer, what Terry's doing with women's basketball. And then you've got so many bright, amazing coaches. I love Shonda with softball. She's unbelievable. I mean, I get to pick Todd Yeagley's brain all the time and what they've been able to do. And you've got this great mix of people. So what people don't see a lot is the travel, the demands on these kids, having to deal with school. I mean, the team's got a 3.3 GPA. They're super bright. They work really hard in the classroom, just such a challenge. But it also, for me, separates the kind of person who wants to do it. I've been lucky. I've won every match in the Big Ten and won a national championship, and I got my brains kicked in during certain seasons. For me, it's exhilarating. There's a lot of people who don't think we can ever get there, but over the last couple of years, I mean, we beat Kentucky last year, and they won the SEC. And we weren't relevant in the Big Ten, but it shows you the kind of potential and the kind of teams we're putting together, and they're only going to keep getting better.
First full recruitment class under your belt. How do you feel about this upcoming season and the new team?
Yeah, excited. I mean, I think like everyone else, man, we're in hurry up and wait. this will be the best recruiting class in the history of the program. We think it's a top 15, top 10 class. We've got some kids who will start for 4 years immediately. They're just really, really talented, and balance, competitive, good people, good teammates. So, I mean, it's all cliche and taboo coach speak, right? But they're good, man. I've been doing this a long time now, and they're as good as any classes I've ever brought in.
What's your favorite part about living in Bloomington? Is it IU athletics? Is it something else? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, it's a great question. It's just the perfect college town. You've got an awesome downtown area with lots of places to eat and lots of social stuff to do. The campus is beautiful. Obviously, the athletic facilities are unbelievable. But as a family, here's what I like. I like the fact the schools are unreal. So I've got 3 kids, and they're having an unbelievable experience with their schools. My daughter was at she had a phys ed class, and Lily King is her teacher. Just stuff like that in these communities that make it pretty fun. Let me flip it on you guys. What's your favorite part of Bloomington?
Buckets?
I would probably say my favorite place of Bloomington. I'm from the Chicagoland and everything, so just kind of being down there in the not quite the country and everything, but just being in a little bit different of an environment than what I'm used to growing up is definitely a cool experience for me.
Yeah, I would probably say probably Assembly Hall is probably my favorite part of Bloomington. Just that atmosphere and probably one of the greatest college arenas within the sport.
For sure. What brought you here? So just kind of same order you guys went in. Give me the 1 or 2 things about why IU.
I came to IU because of Kelly School of Business.
Okay.
Offered me the best potential to reach all my goals in business.
I was really familiar with the school already. I used to go to IU soccer camps in the past.
Cool.
And I love the campus. I thought it was beautiful. It obviously has fantastic programs for my majors. And the athletics are also super fun.
You guys are really important. I think I want to make sure that SAB, the students, anyone who came to a match within the last year or 2 since we've been here, we really appreciate it. We try to do everything we can as a staff to make it fun for you guys. We want to feed you. We want to get you stuff. We want to give you access. Have a really good time while you're there. Get to meet the team. I think, like anything else, people get excited to root and cheer and be around people that they care for, and they feel they have a connection to. So anything that we can do going forward to bridge that gap, anything you guys need from us, and especially me, let me know. And just a lot of gratitude, man. I know the girls, if this gets out there, they're going to retweet and quote and do all that stuff because they really appreciate what you guys do, and it's the beginning of something really special.